Welcome to my channel. This is Mel the Explorer.
All right, let's talk about something that can feel, well, a little intimidating. We're diving into the US Non-Immigrant Visa Application, the DS-160 form. But don't worry, we're going to demystify this thing step by step and make it totally doable. So if you've ever looked at this application and felt your stomach drop a little bit, you are so not alone. It looks like a lot, but I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to have a super simple, straightforward guide to get you through every single part of it. So here's our game plan. First, we'll cover just getting the thing started. Then we'll dive into your personal info and travel plans. After that, it's all about your contacts and job history. Then we'll tackle those interesting security questions. And finally, we'll wrap up with uploading your photo. Easy enough, right?
Okay, let's get into it. This first part is all about starting off on the right foot. Trust me, getting these first few clicks right will save you a world of headache later on.
Getting started is literally as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you pick your location. That's where you'll have your interview. Second, you type in that funny little code to prove you're human. And third, you smash that Start an Application button. So this is what you're going to see. This is the official welcome screen. Right there in that dropdown, you'll choose the U.S. embassy or consulate you're applying from. Once that's selected and you've put in the code, you are good to go.
Okay, hang on. If you forget everything else I tell you today, please remember this. Write down your application ID. This is a big deal. The website can time out, your computer could crash, and if you don't have that ID, you can't get back into your application. You'll have to start all over from scratch. No one wants that. And this is what you're looking for. As soon as you hit start, you'll get a page with an ID that looks just like this. The moment you see it, stop what you're doing. Seriously. Take a screenshot, email it to yourself, write it on a sticky note. I don't care how you do it. Just save it somewhere safe immediately.
All right, got that ID number tucked away safely? Awesome. Let's get into the real meat of the application. This part is all about you, who you are, and the details of your planned trip to the US. So, these first few pages are your basic personal details. The most important thing here is being precise. Your name has to match your passport exactly. I'm talking every single letter, every space, every hyphen. Double check it, then triple check it. It seems small, but a tiny mismatch can cause huge problems down the line. Next, you'll get to your travel itinerary. Be as specific as you can here, okay? You need to tell them why you're going, when you plan to arrive, and where you're staying. See, this info helps the visa officer understand that your trip is legitimate and, importantly, temporary. Oh, and they'll also ask if you've been to the US before. Now, we have arrived at a really important question. Have you ever been refused a US visa before? It can be tempting to just click no, but whatever you do, don't. They have records of everything. Being honest and explaining what happened is always the best way to go. Trying to hide it is pretty much a guaranteed denial. Okay, so this next chunk of the form is where they really get to know you. They're trying to build a picture of your life, your connections, your family, your job, because all of that helps them understand your situation back home.
So you'll need a point of contact in the States. This could be anybody, a friend, a family member, or if you're going for work, maybe a contact at that company. The main thing is that this person should know about your trip because they're helping to verify why you're visiting. The form is also going to ask about your immediate relatives. And luckily, you don't have to guess what that means. They spell it out for you right there. It's just your fiancé or fiancée, your spouse, your kids, and your brothers or sisters. No need to list your third cousin twice removed. And then we get to your work and school history for the past 5 years. Now, this is a super important part because it's how you show that you have strong ties to your home country, a life and a career to come back to. So have your employer's info and your job details ready to go. Okay, deep breath time. We're heading into the security and background section. I know, it's split into 5 parts and it looks really serious with all the official language, but getting through it is actually way simpler than it looks. Here's the entire strategy for this section. You ready? Read every question and answer it honestly. That's it. For the vast majority of people, the answer to every single one of these is going to be no. And if you do have to answer yes, don't freak out. Just be prepared to explain it simply and factually. So the first part kicks off with some health questions. This is basically the US government making sure visitors aren't bringing in any public health risks. So you'll see questions about certain diseases and things like that. Part 2 shifts over to your criminal history.
This is where you have to be upfront about any arrests or convictions. And again, honesty is everything. They're going to run background checks, so any little fib here can cause big problems. Then you get to part 3, and this is where it gets into some pretty heavy-duty security stuff. These questions are all designed to screen for anything that might be a threat to national security, like terrorism or espionage. The last couple of parts cover things like past immigration violations and other miscellaneous legal issues, like if you've ever illegally voted or given up U.S. citizenship. The bottom line for this whole security section: go slow, read carefully, and just tell the truth. And just like that, we're in the home stretch. You've done all the hard work, answered all the questions. There's just one final thing to do before you can hit review and submit this thing. And don't trip at the finish line, because this last step, the photo, is a big deal. The rules are super, super strict, but there is one that's an absolute deal breaker. No glasses. It does not matter if you wear them 24/7. For this one photo, you have to take them off, or your application will get bounced back. And there you have it, the DS-160. Not so scary after all, right? It's really more than just a form. It's your chance to tell the story of who you are and why you want to visit. When you're prepared, honest, and careful, you're not just filling in bubbles, you're making your case with confidence. So, you're ready. The only question left is where to next.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.